Starting today, each of those candidates will get interviewed and will face questions from faculty, students, and staff. They'll also speak with several community groups. This event is being live streamed right now on the Presidential Search website. Virtual attendees can also send in questions. If you have any, you can email those in at presidentialsearch@fsu.edu. Those forums will run until 4:45. And the person eventually chosen will be replacing current President John Thrasher. In September of last year, he announced he would step away from the job after this school year. Thrasher is an FSU alum and has served as president since 2014. Now, bridging the gap between the police and teenagers in Tallahassee, the TPD's Youth Citizen Advisory Council is now accepting applications for kids to come in and help the city bridge that gap. Now, by joining the council, middle and high school kids can expect to attend monthly meetings on how to build better relationships between the department and children. Ariana Jones says she joined the council because of the tension she's seen between the department and kids her age and wanted to make a difference.
That's really important to me in bridging the gap, because we have this saying in every meeting. We start the meeting with "you matter, I matter, we all matter." So we kind of have to keep that in mind and get our voices to the table so they can understand our ideas and why we feel safe and why we don't feel safe.
Now, you can apply starting at the end of this month. You can find the link to do that on our website, WTXL.tv. And the Leon County Humane Society needs your help fostering a cat, a dog, or a rat. It's just until they find their forever home. COVID-19 has caused many of those animals to be put up for adoption as folks start returning to in-person work. Now, the Humane Society tells us don't worry about money, and if you don't have a foster, though, they can't take in more of those animals.
It would either go into a shelter where its chances of adoption or just life aren't that great, because a lot of the animals that we take in are those that are more fragile. They have compromised immune systems, they're very young, or they're very old. So a lot of the time it's just a matter of life or death for these animals.
And the Humane Society says they will pay for all the supplies that foster parents need to take care of these animals. We have a link of how you can get in touch with them on our website too. It's WTXL.tv. Now, many local businesses are having to adjust their hours of operation due to a shortage in staff. Now, we've got some reminders for you on some hiring events happening today. And the top Republican in the House of Representatives has come out against a bipartisan commission that's set up to investigate the January 6 riots at the Capitol. We'll explain why in the latest from D.C. The top Republican in the U.S. House says he will not support an independent commission to look into January 6 Capitol riots. House Republican leader Kevin McCarthy released a statement Tuesday. He accused House Speaker Nancy Pelosi of failing to negotiate in good faith and called the legislation short-sighted for not including what he called, quote, interrelated forms of political violence in America. Now, this after lawmakers reached a bipartisan agreement to create the panel last week. The House is set to vote on the move soon. Now, McCarthy's opposition to the agreement also raises questions about his own role in the insurrection. He had a heated phone call with former President Trump as the riot unfolded and would likely be subpoenaed. Now, President Joe Biden wants to develop a system for granting clemency and issuing pardons. The New York Times reports President Biden could begin issuing pardons by the middle of his term. Now, most presidents wait until the end of their term to issue pardons. The White House did not offer details about the president's plan, but said it will focus on racial justice and equity. Officials did indicate the president is already speaking with criminal justice advocates, clemency seekers, and the Justice Department's pardon office to consider applicants. And the president is also announcing plans to share more COVID vaccines with other countries around the world. The president said the U.S. will share an additional 20 million doses. Those doses will go out within the next 6 weeks and raises the U.S.'s commitment to 80 million. The 20 million doses will come from current stockpiles of Pfizer, Moderna, and Johnson & Johnson vaccines. The president said he believes America will never be fully safe until the pandemic that's raging globally is under control. Now, if you've been vaccinated recently, some stores in Leon County will allow you to shop without a face mask, and others say they will keep their COVID safety policies in place for now. Store chains like Walmart, Publix, and Costco are just among the few where you can go shopping without a face mask. However, some stores like Community Co-op Market and Peterbrook Chocolatier in Midtown are still requesting that you keep your face mask on.
It's definitely precautionary. We want to be really thoughtful and careful, because we do have a big staff and
a big community following.
Considering the new guidelines, we know that a lot of people will not even have them with them. But most of our customers have obliged us.
Now, both stores tell us they will review their policies on a day-by-day basis. And right now, local businesses and community organizations are working hard to get people in Tallahassee back to work this summer. ABC 27's Alexa Trishler explains how.
McDonald's, a first job or a place to move up the ladder, is hiring 200 people right here in Tallahassee. This comes as several businesses across the city are having trouble finding employees. A franchise owner to 22 Tallahassee McDonald's realizes how important it is to get jobs filled this summer.
There are a lot of people that are looking to hire, not just McDonald's. So we wanted to make sure and get our message out there.
Young people are very familiar with getting a summer job. Teamwork, responsibility, and learning how to handle money are skills young people need. Gadsden County is taking their own approach to getting people hired with a focus on teens getting into a field they really want. In their first ever youth initiative, 100 kids between 17 and 19 will be placed in a job of their choosing. County jobs, sales, manual labor, you name it. They'll even walk away with certifications.
All getting together as a community and said, hey, let's get our future workforce together. Let's make sure they have the proper training and certification and those type of things to lead us into the future.
Gadsden County and the city of Quincy are even paying them for 20 hours of work during the Youth Initiative program that will go from June to August. All so kids get a chance to experience life in the real world.
A lot of times young people, they go into a field and they really don't want to do that. And that's what this program is to get them on the right path and the right track now.
And that was Alexa Trixler reporting. Now, the Gadsden County Board of County Commissions tell us they plan on making the Youth Initiative program a year-round program. And in Valdosta today, Lowe's is hosting a walk-in hiring event from 1 p.m. until 7 p.m. for all of its shifts. And they need to hire 120 new operations team members. This event is part of Lowe's Supply Chain Hiring Day. You can stop by their distribution center located at 1551 Commerce Drive. Again, this is in Valdosta. You don't need any experience or resume. Just show up, make sure you have a valid ID, and wear a face mask. Now, it is a slow speed recovery at gas stations all across several states after the shutdowns caused by a cyber attack against Colonial Pipeline. Now, that's the system which feeds about half of petroleum products to the East Coast. They're now all back up and running, but over half of North Carolina gas stations are still without gas and over 70% of stations in D.C. empty. That's all according to Gas Buddy. And also travel demand is on the rise, and that has United Airlines adding more than 400 flights in July. The airline says that should bring it back to about 80% of its scheduled compared to July of 2019.
Time now 12:19. These coastal weather stem cameras look absolutely gorgeous today. Blue skies down in Carabel. You can see the water looking real nice. You got great weather to get out on the water if you can't this week. This weekend looks just as nice. A little bit hotter outside. We'll break down those details, but we are in the midst of a warming trend here, and by next week, we're talking summer heat, and we're talking near record highs in the forecast for the first